Okay, for Explore class today, your goal is to learn a little bit more about Google Docs and also for me to just check on your knowledge around Google Docs as well as gain some fun information from you guys to get to know you more. So, what you're going to do is I've created these 6 groups for you, and hopefully everyone can be present and be part of this. But the person highlighted is going to create a Google Doc and they have to share it with the other group members and Mr. Lagergren. And keep in mind, my first name is Luke. So you're going to share it with me as well as the members in your group. There should be 4 to 5 in every group. Then you're going to take turns inserting questions where each person can reply. Each of you needs to add a minimum of 2 questions, which means you have to add 2 and you can add more. In this video right now, I'm going to show you some sample questions that you could ask and how I kind of want this to look like. So this is kind of an example that I came up with. So here are some questions that you could ask. What are you most excited about for 6th grade? What are you least excited about? What fears do you have? What is something you want your teachers to do? What is something you don't want your teachers to do? How best do you learn? If you could transform into any animal, what would it be and why? So just some examples for you. I think some of these are good because they give me some knowledge as your teacher. But then each of you, I'd like you to put your name in after each one and then write your answer. So if this would be like a group of 5 with Jack, Jill, Judy, and James, this could be Jack's question. They each have to answer it. Then somebody else would pose a question. They each have to answer it. So when I get this copy from you, I should see at least 8 total questions answered 4 to 5 times each time. If you want to see your groups a little bigger, here's that picture again, just a little bigger. So you could pause the video here if you need to and see who those groups are. And then on the bottom here, your assignment is to share a document with a friend to see. Have fun checking out new tools on Google that you may or may not know yet. For example, I'm going to show you just some of the recent tools that I've kind of discovered on Google Docs that maybe you could check out. So here's just a blank doc. One thing that I recently found out was special characters and the ability to draw to find them. So the other day I was looking for a check mark. So I just drew in a check mark. And as soon as you draw it, it comes up with some results. So I'm like, oh, this check mark looks pretty bomb. When I click on it, it pops in there. Okay, then I could search something else. And I could search by keyword. I could draw whatever I want. I'll go back in there and draw something new. So like the other day I searched for like the degrees symbol, and I think that was degrees. So I put that in there. So special characters, something cool to look at. The other day I learned how to change the background color, which was kind of different. You go down here, this kind of got in the way to page setup, and then page color. So I could change the page color to yellow. And boom, now my page color is yellow. So that was kind of something new. Like I was searching for it over here, and then I found it over there. And then there's just so many different tools here, different fonts, different features. Your goal is to learn something that you didn't already know. I think the best way to do that is sometimes by asking around. What do people know? What do your group members know about Google Docs that maybe you don't know? Your goal should be to learn something new. On my example, this one right here, I did put in like numbers. So maybe you could do that with your group. So there's numbers right here. You could do some different numbered lists. You could put in bullet points instead, some different look of the bullet points. Totally up to you. Sky's the limit. But try to learn something new on Google Docs today.